Hey everyone, welcome back. Dr. Obam Bowen here. It is still 2021 and it is still, yes, the year of the one thing. And the one thing I chose this year, for those of you who haven't been following, if you're watching me for the first time, what I chose this year is growth. See, growth is consistent. In life, in nature, everything is either growing or declining. If you're not growing, you're declining. If you're not living, you're dying. It's either up or down, it's black or white, right? So my one thing is growth. What is your one thing? Whatever your one thing is, comment down below. Hey, my dear friend, Mr. Schneider, welcome. Good to see you. Our dear European friends joining in. So if this is making sense to you, just comment one or tag someone, share it on someone's timeline so it can be helpful to them too. So growth requires that you get out of your current comfort zone every single day. Consistently. It requires that you do that. Growth's very important. So today's topic is very important. We're going to talk about, let's jump into it. We're going to talk about the 7 things growth-minded people do. Growth-minded or successful people. It's one and the same, right? So if I refer back and forth, it's one and the same. But let's just talk about that, because if you don't choose growth, and my goal this year is to focus on my one thing. The one thing I'm focused on, as I said, is growth. That's growth in my life, growth in my relationship, and growth in my physical fitness, right? Or as I would say to my wife, my sexiness, hello to you too, my friend. And most importantly is growth in my finances as an entrepreneur. And that's mainly the subject and topic I'm going to be speaking about 80% of the time this year. So I can help you, the what I call the other underdog, because that's something I'm redoing myself. I've taken myself out of the equation of living off my laurels and getting in my comfort zone and becoming the underdog all over again, which I haven't been this excited in such a long time, to literally not only just start over, put myself in that situation on which I coach and help people every single day, to do it this year and generate 7 figures in a whole new business. And it's been exciting so far. So let's jump into today's topic, which is, as I said before, the 7 things growth-minded people do every single day. Because if you're not growing, you're declining, which means you're going to live a life of apathy. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what apathy really is. So number 1, what do all successful people or growth-minded people do? First thing they do, because with the first skill we were born with, is they plan. They plan. Successful people write down their goals. They make plans and they plan to achieve them every single day. And some of you might say, well, that's too tedious. Well, how successful do you want to be? How far off the path of success do you need to know that you are, and how often? And I'll tell you this, if you're checking in once a week, you have only 52 attempts to get it right. If you do it every day, then you have 365 attempts to get it right. If you plan your entire day, hour to hour, throughout the time that you're actually working, then you have thousands of times to get it right, to steer you back on course. So that's the first thing they do. The second thing they do is they basically stay true to themselves, mainly their value system. Successful people know who they are, or as I said, growth-minded people know who they are. They know to stay true to their values. Whatever your value system is, you have to ask yourself. You say you don't have one, then I strongly suggest you sit down and ask yourself, what are the things that you will never negotiate on? What are your non-negotiable? Because we always get what we must have. Most people think we get what we want, but we don't get what we want. We get what we must have, right? Here's the third thing growth-minded people do. They overcome obstacles. And say, for example, I had a gentleman I was supposed to get in touch with this weekend, and I actually forgot to put it on my schedule. Why? Because typically I don't work on the weekends, and I forgot to write it down, and it completely went out. And guess whose fault that was? Mine, not his, not anything else. It was completely my fault, which I apologize to him, and we rescheduled for this week. But the thing is, you have to overcome those obstacles and roadblocks in your life of, number 1, taking responsibility. That's one of the key things they do. So number 4, right? They always commit to excellence. Excellence is a process. It's just the same as growth. Every single day you get up and do your best. You show up consistently with a good attitude over a long period of time with desire and faith. Be willing to pay the price. Find others who are willing to pay the price with you, and over time, success will take take its place. That's the growth mindset. That's doing it every single day, day in, day out, right? They also, and this is very, very important. I did a video a little bit about this yesterday, not just being a good seed, but being able to plant and fertilize in good soil, being around your environment. So that's number 5. They associate with the right people. Number 5 is growth-minded people associate themselves or surround themselves with other growth-minded people. What good does it do you going in this direction if someone else is going that direction, other than to create friction in your life? Hey, Tawani, welcome. Thank you so much. Right, so it does you no good to go against the grain of the direction you're trying to go. Meaning, if you're looking to generate and build a happy, wonderful, blissful relationship, you probably don't want to hang out with the folks who aren't looking to do that. If you're looking to not, well, if you're a non-smoker, it does you no good to hang around 9 or 10 smokers. Hey, Mo, welcome. Thank you so much too, my friend. Good to see you, right? So associate with the right people. I talked about it yesterday in the previous video. Let's go back and watch that one. Most of us always focus on doing what we need to do. And that's great. But if you're doing what you need to do to succeed, but you're in the wrong environment, you're with the wrong people, you're pedaling backwards. It's like 2 steps forward, 6 steps back, because everything someone or a group is doing and you're associated with it, whether you are trying to or not, you are it. So number 6 is they manage their time. But I'm going to break this down a little differently. It's not managing their time. They manage themselves, because the truth is, there is this big myth in the world of time management. There is no such thing as time management. You cannot manage the 24 hours on the clock. It goes around. It goes around. It doesn't stop. You can't take those seconds and put it on hold because you want an extra hour. It doesn't work that way. But what you can do is manage yourself more effectively. Most people are focused on being efficient, and they don't understand the difference between effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness gets, let's say, if you're building a business, effectiveness helps you to focus on the key things that help you to perform and generate the income, which is in businesses called the KPIs, your key performance indicators. That's what you put 80% of your time on, right? It's the Pareto principle. You put 80% of your time on the things that make you the most amount of income. Most people are putting 20% of their time doing that. Hi, Becky. Welcome. Good to see you. So it's important to understand that it's impossible to manage time. You can't. Time has been around. It'll always be, and it will be here from ever. But what you can do is manage yourself around that clock. Every successful person, the beggar and the billionaire, have the same amount of time. The billionaire, though, manages his or herself differently than the beggar does. And the last and final piece, what all growth-minded people do is they take action. It doesn't matter what you do. Even most of you have probably seen the television show or the movie The Secret, right? AKA the law of attraction. Well, at the end of that word, attraction spells action. You cannot get anything if you don't do anything. Well, there's something you can get for not doing anything, and that's failure, right? And it's important to know that you will never become as successful as you want to become for the lack of action. There is a Chinese proverb that says standing still is an action. So when you go back, you want to think about it, reviewing, as I said before, if you don't grow, if you're not doing these things, this is what every growth minder or every very successful person do. These are things they do every single day, right? They plan, they take action, they stay true to their value, they overcome obstacles, they commit to excellence, they associate with the right people, and they manage themselves around their time. If you're not doing that, you're declining. So here's how I'm going to wrap it up. I said earlier that the opposite of growth really is apathy. And here's the definition of apathy. Mine, actually, is the working definition, rather, right? Apathy is a natural human instinct. It's always going to force you to do what you want to do, what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you don't want to get up and go run if you want to run. If you don't want to run, lay in bed. Well, that's dying. That's not growth. That's comfort. So it's a natural human instinct that's always going to force you to live in this comfort zone where nothing ever changes for you. And most people, here's where they end up in apathy. Here's a way to judge, see if you're in apathy. If you keep hearing yourself saying, I woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't, you're in an synthetic state of living. Whether it's in life, it's in business, it's a relationship. And if you keep hearing yourself saying that a lot, just know that you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're declining, just like everything in nature. This is Dr. O saying again, if you're not growing, you're going to end up living in a state of apathy. Remember, choose growth. Growth is important. This year, 2021, my one thing is growth. Growth in my life, relationship, and business. Business is what I'm focusing on, teaching, sharing, and giving back to this year. If you want to know more of how we're helping others, especially entrepreneurs right now, with our new program called the Underdog Millionaire, is because I've challenged myself to start all over again. We're helping new entrepreneurs or existing entrepreneurs to build, scale, and their business to the next level. You can go to theyearoftheonething.com and learn some more. So take care. God bless. Hopefully this has been a blessing and a message of growth to you today. If it has, please do me a favor. Thumbs up, hearts, or drop a 1 in the comment if you got value. And if you did, even more so, tag a friend, share this on someone else's timeline, be a blessing to them. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow with another message of growth for your life and your business. This is Dr. O saying bye for now.